I'm Damien Stone from Water 3. First impressions of the beach today when I arrived was you could see big bits of rubbish along there, and immediately that's a little bit confronting. And then we actually pulled up and got off the barge and onto the beach. It suddenly became apparent that, there's a whole lot more here that you couldn't see just from even 5 metres out to the ocean. It's pretty confronting when, the guys from the Eco Barge say they've already cleaned up this beach a couple of months ago. I mean, today we pulled out 143.1 kilos of rubbish in an hour between 9 of us off a beach that's not even really a tourist beach. I'd say 75% of what we found today is single-use stuff. Yeah, which is just, again, it's diabolical. It's really a dual outcome for me. One is about getting people to really start to understand the impact of plastic and change the way that they interact with plastic on a daily basis in terms of their purchasing decisions. So understanding that, whilst you might be really, really tidy and everything, that plastic bag could end up anywhere. Who's to say you put it in the rubbish bin, when the rubbish man comes and takes it, that plastic bag doesn't blow out and into the ocean and ends up out here or in a turtle's mouth, being chewed up. So one part is I want people to recognise that everybody's got their part to play, but secondly, to start to contribute and get amongst fixing up these problems. Go to the beach, fix things up. People go to the beach, they actually decide, hey, well, I'm here, I might as well just pick up a couple of bits of rubbish. It doesn't take a lot of time. If you're walking that way anyway, just grab it. But just the little things like that, makes a big difference if everyone did that. But secondly, it's one thing to clean it up, but it's another thing to stop it being produced and stop it getting into the environment in the first place. Reassess. I want people to reassess their relationship with plastic, especially single-use plastic. It's only until consumers go back to the manufacturers and put a pressure on them to say, hey, enough is enough. No, I don't want a plastic bag. No, I want you to think about your packaging a lot better. And it's not until there's enough of a market or consumer pushback to businesses that businesses will change the way they do things. And we've seen that ourselves in our own research through Water 3, that consumers really don't like single-use plastic bottles. What they do like is being able to have convenient water, but they don't like single-use plastic. It's just bad for everything. For Water 3, the core of our being and the basis of everything we do is about an environmental outcome. So we can reasonably assume that if someone's refilling from us, we're saving a plastic bottle from entering the environment or landfill or recycling. The second part to that is we use the revenue to fund projects like this. We partner with Libby. The biggest tragedy of all would be if Libby and her team of volunteers couldn't keep on doing the work that they do. And that's what drives us. And this isn't a piece of lazy charity that, we donate 5% of our profits to whatever. This is before we take any profit out of the business. We fund the stuff. Because without Libby and the likes of her and what she does, then our beaches and waterways and everything would just be an absolute litter pit of rubbish. Myself and the marketing manager, Sarah, have been sitting down with her and spending time with her, working out ways that we can change the way that she markets herself and engage in social media, looking at social enterprise business plans with her and funding models about how she can turn this place into something that becomes self-funding over time. Because the most critical part about anything is that, if you've got a charitable outcome, you need to be able to self-fund somehow. So our partnership just isn't about, turning up, doing some filming and throwing us some money to keep on a good work. It's actually more than that. Like for us, it's about how do we actually help her as an organisation, working with her as a partner and saying, hey, we've got all this expertise. It's just be a crying shame to not, give it to her, but she's such an awesome person. What she's doing here is amazing. She's blown me away. So I'm really excited about having a very long-term partnership with Eco Barge and Libby and the Turtle Rescue Sanctuary here. Yeah, this sort of stuff makes what we're doing. It just reinforces what we're doing as a social enterprise. It just makes it really special.